Here we have the open source application produced and designed by developer Wietse Wind for the XRPL multi-sign tool. This is a type of smart contract, if you will, native to the XRP library. Ripple library, where you're able to conduct transactions that require signatures to be fulfilled and entered or placed into the main XRP ledger. The transaction requires three different users, all of which here in this demonstration are off of the testnet, so they are fake accounts using fake XRP. We need one user to create the transaction on the XRP multi-sign tool, and that will be the conductor, the creator, who can then enter the weight per user. So for example, here we're going to have a user named Alpha who will require a signature weight of 1, quorum of 1 for each Bravo and Charlie to add up to 2 in the quorum. And once those signatures are fulfilled, the transaction is then completed, which can be a transaction as one chooses. It could be a check that will be deposited into an account, or it would be an automatic deposit of XRP into an account, just dependent on the order itself. So here we are entering the account number, or the wallet, and now the creator of the wallet requires 2 signers to complete the weight of 2 for the quorum. And here we are entering Bravo. Bravo is entered there, and then so we need at least 2 to complete the 2 of the quorum. So Charlie is next. We then enter Charlie here. So now we want to continue to complete and submit the transaction. And this application has a feature where you would have to go offline in order to submit the order. And this feature allows you to protect yourself from spies or anybody that would compromise your computer from accessing those secret keys, which you are your seed, which you are to keep secret at all accounts, or else you're subject to losing your XRP. Now the transaction is submitted and offline. The information is inputted to the browser and then purged afterwards, so that if your computer is being seen or monitored, it wouldn't they wouldn't be able to see your seed while you're online. And this is all dependent on a computer that isn't already compromised. Now, after we submit the transaction, we get a hexadecimal hash, which will then submit to each of the account users. So this goes to Bravo and Charlie. They'll be able to view the transaction order so that they are able to go ahead and input their secret keys. And again, this is going to be all offline. So they'll look at their account number, for Bravo being 2YF, and they'll go offline. They're going to go ahead and enter their secret key. Okay, like so. And once they enter that in, it will respond with a hexadecimal below. They'll add that to their information, the records, because these hexadecimal numbers will be then inputted at the very end to compile and complete the final signature, if you will, for the transaction, so that this can be placed into the ledger itself. This will be permanent, so record will be kept, and last hexadecimal being stored here. So in order to enter the hexadecimal, we have to go back online, so that we can move forward with combining and submitting those transactions. So we jump back online. It takes a few moments for the platform or the application to connect to the internet so that it identifies the orders themselves. So we're now back online. We're going to go ahead and enter Bravo's hex. Okay, so added, and it does respond with the highlighting the account number, noting that you have 1 and you need a sum of 2 to complete the transaction as per the quorum. Submit the second one. Transaction is fulfilled. Okay, and final, last but not least, we submit the transaction to the ledger, and we can then see that this is what's being sent in, and it has been successfully inputted. We can view the this transaction in completion in the ledger itself. We go to BitHomp and view it there, and we see that it was a successful transaction. And that does complete the process for entering the transaction into the ledger. And you can use real XRP in the actual live system if you choose to. But you can always return back to the this setup in order to view the transaction.